All right, so I don't think I sent a video last week. I don't remember, and I don't see it on my phone. So I'm going to send one this week. 2 things. First, I started using a prong on her. I wasn't sure if I was going to. I don't with every single dog. But because I know oh, there's a dog. I know that you're having issues with her biting on the line. She doesn't know with me, but I have seen Jess's videos every week, so I know that happens. She definitely pulls, and she's very easily distracted and aroused by things happening around her. So I put her on her prong. I know I'm talking and not giving food. I put her on her prong just to create a little bit clear communication. So with the slip lead or a regular leash or whatever harness, I find that gets a little bit conflicting for dogs just because they're able to deal with the amount of pressure that applies. They're able to deal with that discomfort. So there's like this huge lag in communication time. So they're able to, push into all their weight into those things. It's uncomfortable, but they're willing to deal with it. So in the time that it takes them to move into that pressure, the moment's usually already missed. So with the prong collar, yes, it does work through discomfort. I want to emphasize that is not pain. I mean, it could be used painfully, but that's not the goal here. So it is at a level of discomfort that she's willing to respond quickly to, because it's something that is a little bit different than the other types of collar thingies. So when I apply pressure, she responds to it right away to avoid the discomfort. No, usually not right. Now she's mad that I'm not talking to her. And I'm able to apply a significantly less amount of pressure to get a super quicker, it's Friday, can you tell? A so much quicker, whatever, response from that pressure. So I found that she gets a lot less frustrated. I'm able to get her into the right positionings. I can communicate with her. I can manipulate where she is, and then go straight to those rewards. So she's been walking really nicely with the prong collar. So what I'm doing is when I'll say let's go. That's the command I'm using for her heel. I'll say let's go, and every time she starts to move out of position, I just apply just a little bit of pressure or just a little pop. There, girl. Good. And then she moves into that pressure. So instead of her dragging and choking herself out and getting mad that there's all this annoying pressure being applied to her, she responds right away. Good. And then we can reward that. So I'm pairing the word no with pressure. So if she starts to oppose the pressure, she moves ahead. Nope. Every time I say no, pressure is applied to fix that. Second thing is we have been working to establish a marker system. And a marker is just a cue or sound that announces the arrival of food. So for her, she has a couple of them. So I have the clicker, which I don't have on me yet. I can't find it. So it's just that little thing that you click. It makes a little click sound. Every time she hears that, I give her food. I offer her food. And then the verbal version of that is going to be the word yes. So she knows that yes equals she can come get food. So for the clicker and the word yes, that is something that I mark to build enthusiasm, to build a lot of value. So when I'm saying the word yes, that means that the behavior that I'm looking for, I liked that right there when it happened, come get reinforcement from me. So I'm able to kind of add in a bunch of reps, so I can send her to do something, yes, come back and get payment from me. I can repeat it a bunch of times, and that repetition, that speed, makes them really excited to continue to do that behavior. The other one that I use is the word good. That means that I'm putting her into a behavior, and then as soon as she shows me the behavior that I want, I'll say the word good. Say good. And I want her to remain in that behavior. So if I say good, good, then she should remain in that behavior. If she comes out of behavior, I'll use the word no with pressure to fix it. And then the word okay means she can come out of behavior. Okay. It's special. So yeah, right now, good, I'm bringing food to her. Okay, she can come out of behavior. Right now, I'm feeding her to come out of behavior just to teach her what okay means, but eventually that's going to be more of a neutral response, meaning I say okay, the behavior's just over. And then I get no interrupting unwanted behaviors, or if she doesn't go into the behavior that I'm looking for. So right now, it's just more of an interruption. Eventually, once I know that she's really understanding what I'm looking for with each command, that's when I'm going to start to say no if I ask her to do something and she doesn't want to. So if I tell her to sit and she's like, no, sit, good. Okay, sit, good. She is on a continuous schedule of reinforcement, meaning that I am, we're so far away from the camera, that I'm paying her for everything that she does that I like. And the reason for that is I want to build that reliability. She knows that if she does something, she gets something for it. So that way, once we start getting into a little bit more advanced things, and I know that she really understands what I'm looking for, there's value in her doing those things for me. When she starts to get lazy and doesn't do it right away, or is motivated by something else and distracted, when I withhold food, because she's so used to getting that reinforcement, she's gonna wonder why didn't I get food this time? And hopefully that motivates her, are you listening? To try a little bit harder, to try alternative things to get that food coming back in. So I do use that to my advantage, using varying schedule of rewards to build, to strengthen reliability and behaviors. Going back to the markers, I know that she is super, super vocal around people, other dogs, kids, things like that. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm trying to create a new association. So eventually we'll get to corrections and things like that. And I first want to hang out in this little area of trying to make her associate those things with good things coming from her handler, whoever that is at the time. Right now it's me, you, whatever. So as soon as she sees something that you know that she's going to be reactive to, so again, people, other dogs, animals, whatever. As soon as she looks at them, I'm going to use the word yes to pay that. So what I'm trying to do is create a neutral response. They're not good, they're not bad, nothing comes from them, but good things do come from me. So I want her to, when she sees them, to start checking with me, because she knows that I'm giving her something. So it's putting value in me and taking away the value of those new things coming into the picture. Eventually what we'll do is we'll start playing around with that versus interrupting arousal. So she's not quite there yet. What that means is when she sees something, if she just looks at it, I'll tell her good girl. If she fixates on it or gets, like you could tell she's gonna start barking and things like that, that's when we'll interrupt it through a correction. But I don't wanna do that just yet. I wanna get her on the other page first. So, she's doing really, really well. I really like the sweater. I don't know if you got her this or just after this. We're getting ready to go do our bath, right? The B word, I know. So just let me know if you have any questions. This is like the 12th video I've made today, so I hope it makes sense at all. And all right, we'll see you next week.